It's Cody and Jordan from Good Rep Media here. We're just gonna do a couple of little check-ins as our first live stream is getting going here. I'm gonna double check, make sure we're good on YouTube.
Yep, I'm looking over here. I'm trying to make sure we're live. I
Yeah, I'm
don't
seeing it.
actually
Welcome to our
see
live
us
show.
live
Let's
this
go.
time. Do you see
Make
us
sure that
live
I
this time?
mute that.
You got
Yeah,
it up?
that sound.
Hey guys,
Oh,
Joey Matterhorn.
whoa.
I heard this sound. I was like, let's go.
No, that was me bringing up the old video. That was like an
Oh,
old Joey Matterhorn video. I don't
nice.
like this is on the Joey Matterhorn YouTube.
No, it's on Good Rep
Oh, we're
on
on
our
the
channel.
Good Rep channel. Okay.
Yeah. So while Jordan kind of pulls that up, hey guys, my name is Cody Anderson. I am the project manager, kind of overall problem solver of Good Rep Media. I'm joined here with Jordan Vogel. He's our web designer in-house. Really appreciate that. This is our first live stream, so we're going to give you a little introduction on who we are, kind of what we do, a little bit unscripted here. This is kind of a little rough draft. But you got that all kind of put together, my dude?
Yeah. I'm kind of getting it here together. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
I have someone who
No,
kind of
you're
wants
good.
to view the live stream, so I'm trying to panic and get the link together to send it out to them as quick as I can so that they can tune in. So if you give me about 30 seconds here to hurry up and
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And like I said, my thing is all backwards here, so my computer is like working in reverse for me. So give me two
Your
seconds.
monitor's on the wrong side.
My monitor's on the wrong side. Everything's all flipped around. Hey, I got to get it together. I was sitting here preparing for all of this, but there were certain things that you really couldn't prepare for until it goes live, like getting the live link. So,
Yeah.
so give me 2 seconds here. Let me ping this out so that we can get all our viewers up in here. Hi, mom. Um, and yeah. So just to kind of touch base really quick on Good Rep as a whole and what it is and kind of what it started as and what it's become. Good
Yeah,
Rep
give a
Media.
rundown of where we're at.
Yeah. So Good Rep Media, started and still exists as a reputation management site, not site, company, built around your brand, building your brand, promoting your brand, building your website, everything that kind of goes along with it. The key focuses of us is kind of on the digital side of everything, be it social media, website building, um, ads, anything that you really kind of do online to promote your business is our specialty. Um,
Yeah. And I
I
was gonna say,
started.
oh, go
What's
ahead.
that? Did you have something you wanted to?
Oh, I was just gonna dive into a little bit more of Good Rep's history because I think Good Rep Good Rep's been around for what, like 6 years now? Like it's been five, six,
Something
seven
like
years.
that. I wasn't here at like
Yeah,
when Good Rep originally started.
for
But then
sure.
I did kind of join in about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Um, and I was brought on. I didn't really
Cool.
have a whole crazy amount of experience in the field, but I was brought on with the intention of teaching me, and I'll learn as we go. And I'm a tech savvy guy. Everyone kind of thought I would pick it up quick, and I feel like I have, but it was a little bit slower in the process. We kind of hit a little snag. When I got hired into it, there was two of us on the team, my manager and me, and he was the one who was like going to teach me everything. And he moved on to some bigger and better things. He had an opportunity come across that he decided he wanted to take, and I can't fault anybody for that.
Yeah.
And but then he left the company, and I was a month into it.
You were the one into it. I was
Like
gonna
I was
say, I
like he's like, hey, here's our accounts. Here are the people we work with. He tried to offboard himself really well. He tried to put me in a position that I could do well, but ultimately I was in a position that I had never been in before, and I didn't really
yeah,
sign up for. Um,
yeah. And I
so
was
so we kind of
so
shifted our focus a little bit there, and eventually, our owner decided he wanted to kind of bring it back, and that's when you got introduced into the thing. And uh,
yeah, I was gonna say
what was your experience like, kind of jumping into Good Rep?
I wanted to get I've been with Good Rep now for about a year. And so you've been here a little bit longer than I have, and we've grown the team a lot in the past year. we've kind of narrowed our focus. I know GoodRep is its history was very very broad focus as a marketing agency, and so like let's give the rundown. GoodRep, we're a marketing agency. We help you manage your online reputation, like Jordan said. We've focused down to work with small local service based business. So if you own a small local based business, we help you with your online reputation. We help you generate more clients, more customers, more leads. When we first started, I know looking back on the history of GoodRep, we had a lot broader of a focus. We were helping with a lot of very broad businesses, and we were kind of trying to find our niche for the longest time. And I know the guy who helped run this previously, that was kind of his focus, is finding that niche for us. And
Yes.
so we've now kind of found that niche. In the past year, I think we've done a lot of like upskilling as GoodRep, and we've had a lot of really good experience working with small service-based business. We got started actually with a lawn care company down in Florida. One of our very first clients that we had the chance to kind of test out with. And it was really lucky. They'd been around for a couple of years, but they were struggling online. They didn't have much of a presence. They weren't very active on social media, and we were kind of able to use them as a test case, and through them really figure out how to nail home our process for getting
Yeah.
local businesses ranked, and we can
Yeah.
kind of look at all of that success now, which is
The
super
the
cool. I mean, honestly, like in the past 6 months, I feel like we've done so much. Like, let's be
yeah.
real. I mean, for you,
Yeah,
where you at?
like I'll admit, coming into it, I had my doubts on what we were going to be able to do, but then as soon as I saw like, oh man, we are doing the thing. We are like the website is doing good. Like we're actually kind of doing something that makes a difference here for this site. I was like, oh man, this can be
Oh,
something. We can
it's like, oh
actually.
wait,
This is
because
a
the analytics are
crazy. This is
showing
a business.
change.
You know? Yeah.
Ah, I do remember that. We as a team at GoodRep, we do our daily stand-ups. We like to meet at 10 a.m. so we can get some face-to-face. We are a remote first company, so we got our employees kind of all over the place. Right now, most of us are located in Michigan, but we have a couple of people who have been in California or Nevada and down in Florida. So we're kind of spread out all over the place. But when you have that remote first like atmosphere, getting together and talking is great. But for that said, getting together at our 10 a.m.s, I think we realized, what was it, a couple months ago? We were like, hey, so these are the stats from the lawn company from last month, and these are the stats of this month, and that's just us. And we're like, wait, wait, wait. So did we succeed? Is this wait, wait, wait? Let me look more.
Yeah, I want to
Uh,
hurry up, jump over. It looks like we got Angie watching. Hey, Angie, how are you doing today? I see her over in the Riverside stream
ah,
chat.
oh heck yeah! Glad
Thanks
to
for
have
tuning
some
in.
viewers, a
Thanks for
couple of
tuning
people
in.
hopping
Yeah,
in here.
we got Angie watching. There's a chance my mom's out there watching. Like, look at us, we're taking
You
off.
got your mom in the background. She's like,
Yeah.
"Let's go,
Oh,
Jordan."
yeah. She told me
Hey
to
man.
send her a link. She said she'd put it up on her iPad. Wasn't good enough for the television, but the iPad.
Or it's like when you're
Da-
you're you're a kid, you're like you got put on the fridge for like the day, but it's the side of the fridge. You're not
Yeah.
forward facing,
Yeah.
but
Like,
you're still there.
No, no. I get
But
it.
for sure.
She's out
Hey,
there paying more attention to the iPad than the TV. I appreciate it.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, it's awesome, man. Like I said, this is kind of our first like little foray into going live. This is the first time kind of talking about good rep, getting some content. Like I'll be pretty blunt with everyone who's watching right now. Our main goal with this is to be able to kind of find some clips, kind of find our vibe here, figure out how we work off of each other, and then be able to
It's
post some
baby
short form
steps.
content.
I was talking to
Yeah.
a friend earlier. It's like before you can learn to run, you got to learn to walk. And if you don't feel comfortable walking yet, learn to crawl. Like
Yeah.
you do what you got to do, and the only way to get better is by doing.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, with that said, man, what have you been doing? What do
What
you do for good rep? I know I mentioned you're a web designer. What are your skill set? Where do you come from? What's your history here?
Yeah, yeah. So I grew up kind of in every corner of Michigan. Beautiful thing about the state of Michigan is, oh, I don't know if my thing's gonna be backwards here.
All right.
Everything's kind of on a hand, on the map here, and I'm hoping, like, I'm seeing it here. It's correct on mine here. I hope that it's not gonna be like this on YouTube. Um, but yeah,
I'm
so
like swap to YouTube real quick.
yeah.
Watch it. Watch you just hold your hand up.
Oh, it is. It is backwards. All right. So, so
So wait.
yeah, so I gotta turn it
Nice.
back
Okay.
this way. Um, or wait, or was I? Yeah, no, it was backwards. Okay, so back of the palm I gotta do. So I grew up kind of in like the Detroit area originally. That's gonna be a little bit lower there, but kind of in like the Detroit area, Lincoln Park, suburbs of Detroit, until like fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade, and then I moved out to more in the middle area, Jackson, Lansing, very rural. Grew up in the country, so I got my city experience. I got my country experience. Always grew up a very techie person. Um, Enjoyed my like I had a computer in my bedroom when I was in fifth grade. Like I was learning how computers work from a young age. Video games, everything. Um, and I knew that that was going to translate a bit into what I wanted to do once I went to college. Like I
Hmm.
wasn't going to be very good with computers and go become a nurse. Like I just kind of. Oh, look at
So,
we got Sarah in there too. Shout out the Michigan map. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's easy to do. Um, yeah, I knew that I wanted to do something techy. I jumped into architecture at first, which again, maybe I didn't know that at first. Like at first, I was like, "This is what I want to do," and I was like, "Wait, why would I want to do that?" Um,
well, I feel like architecture is a lot of CAD, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, it definitely is, but like the knowledge behind architecture isn't like technological knowledge. Like you got to
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to use tech to do the knowledge there,
You're
but the architectural
you're
knowledge.
not
But
working with tech stacks and understanding how WordPress plugins work and,
yeah,
how a landing page
so
should be formatted.
so I very quickly realized that like, hey, I don't think this is for me. I spent a year at home and then I went back to school again after that, and then I jumped into graphic design, which I was like, this is like art. I'm not good at art, but I am good with computers, and this is like computer art. I
Oh
had some
yeah.
things that I was good at, some things I was bad at in that, and then I switched over to marketing. I did get an associate's degree in graphic design. I learned how to code HTML, CSS. I can build a website that way. Might not be the fastest. That information is kind of come and gone. It's been 6 years since I learned that, even longer. Um,
Fair.
but once I jumped over to marketing, I graduated and moved down to Grand Rapids. By the way, back to the map. I went to school all the way up here, Fair State University, and then after I graduated, back down here to the Grand Rapids area. I hope this is all correct. It
It was
might
right
be
that time
off.
for me. So
What,
I
what's
went to
that?
I'm like you were here and then you went down here and we're like right here
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So uh once I did that, I bounced around with a couple different jobs. I did like sales marketing and stuff like that. Um never really clicked too much, and then I ended up uh over at our parent company and kind of did a little bit of bouncing around there until, as I said before, I ended up with Good Rep, and that's where I've stuck. I really kind of feel like I found my home
Yeah.
working in Good Rep. I love our team. I like, it's crazy. We have calls at 10 o'clock, which, a year ago, having calls every day at 10 o'clock would be just draining. I'd hate it. But
Just the
like,
worst.
like, for an example, you literally gave me like, hey, you don't have to be on it today. Like, you got something you're taking care of. And then I kind of got it taken care of. And I was like, oh, I can still hop on. Cool. Like I was excited to do
Yeah.
that because we have a team that actually works well together. And yeah, and
Yeah.
that was
I
pretty
think
much all
that's
my tech and school experience that kind of led me to where I am.
yeah.
Everything I kind of do now isn't a whole lot of HTML and CSS. It's a lot of, kind of drag and drop building. It's much simplified. I mean, technology has come such a long way since I learned how to do
Yeah.
it. But then every now
It
and
is
then
really.
that experience and that knowledge does come into play, because every now and then you do have to crack in there and like change up some code, and just being able to look at it and read it is huge.
Well, and I feel like the understanding of how code is read. Like I don't know HTML. I'm much on the other end of the spectrum. I'm a research and studying and
Yeah.
reading guy. My background is in studying people and history and customer service. I got my degree from CMU. It was in history. I was originally going to be a teacher, if that tells you anything about my mindset. But bringing that into marketing, my first ever job was actually in content marketing. So I worked for a company that did almost similar to what we do right now, but with very targeted education based articles. So for example, a lot of what we do at Good Rep right now is we'll write articles and we help local businesses. So like when we help a local business with like a blog or something like that, those articles that we write have to do with the services that they offer. So if you are a spa, we're going to write an article for you about one of your facials or one of your, one of your services that you offer to highlight that service so that you can share that on social media so that you can use that as kind of a baseline of like, hey, I do this. This is a thing that I do. And so if someone searches, facials in my area, that page might rank.
Yeah.
Now, what I did, my introduction to all of this was working with education systems. So I actually worked with a lot of like best nursing programs, best online nursing schools, best online, education degrees, stuff like that, with those articles getting them to rank and working on like backlinks and things like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Now,
love sorry
oh, go ahead.
I love the teaching background because like
Yeah,
while this is a marketing business and maybe teaching doesn't translate as well to marketing, you're the team lead. Like if
yeah,
anybody doesn't know how to do something, like you go out there and you figure out how to do it, you know how to learn the information that you need to learn, and then you know how to give it to us in a way that we can take it and digest it. And
yeah.
I think it shows greatly.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely the goal. And honestly, one of my favorite things that I can do, and one of the things that I take the most pride in, is being able to kind of communicate that with clients.
Yes.
Clients, especially when you're operating a service-based business, like we work with a lot of businesses who are like, I'm a single owner, I run my business, I service my business, I do everything myself. And so we will chat with these guys or these people, and we're, hey, this is how marketing works. This is how Google Business works. This is what a website does. And it is a very long checklist of things. Like, okay, if you're going to make a Google Business profile, make sure you claim it. Make sure you verify it. Make sure your hours are correct. Make sure you set holiday hours. Make sure you set services and service locations. And it is stuff that you're prompted to do, but it is also stuff that you need to get in and do. And when you are a service-based business, like if you are out there cutting lawns, if you're out there providing massage therapy or facials or working in a spa, you're not thinking about marketing. You're not thinking about your Google business profile or your website. And so we kind of take that on, and I get that like customer service aspect of like, hey, so you are a lawn care company. Let me kind of tell you what we're doing and how this helps you and like what we can do to help you. I actually had a really good experience recently with one of our clients who runs a massage therapy business, and he was looking at getting some ads started. And when you're a small business like that, doing the thing can be difficult. So like getting an ad started when you're a single person, I mean, there's a lot of anxiety that can be built up behind those ads. Like, is it going to succeed? I'm spending money on this,
Yeah, like
and so
they
being able
cost
to
a
kind
lot
of
of
step
money.
in and educate. Well, exactly. And so being able to step in and be like, hey, so we'll get these set up. This is what it looks like. This is how it works. This is how it functions. And I actually got some feedback from him where he was like, you really like put my mind at ease. Like you really helped me out because this one, the furthest I've ever been. I've never been able to like get an ad started. And two, like I wouldn't have done this without you guys because you've
Yeah,
been pushing me to do
like
it.
like it was
I think
crazy.
that
It
that's
was
something
like
that we,
we felt like we were hitting like a roadblock, and we're like, oh man, he's got to be getting
yeah,
frustrated. We're supposed to be the professionals at this, and then he's like, guys, this is the furthest we've ever made it. Like we're discovering it as a team here. Like we're doing great. Like this is further than I've ever
yeah.
got. I'm so happy with kind of what we got going on. And it's like, man, it's crazy like how little clients can know about doing these things, and like just those baby steps of like, hey, we're just gonna help you get through here. Like it goes such a long way for clients who
Well, yeah,
know
and it
anything
is
about
very
the
much
industry.
like a, yeah, you as a business owner, like you are the master of your business. You know how your business works. If you're cutting lawns, you know your trucks, your equipment, your routes, your gas, your clients, and how to go out and do those lawns, the different
Hmm.
equipment you're going to be using. It's a lot to also be able to know how to run ads on Facebook, how to run local service ads, how to optimize your Google business profile, how to post on social media and get consistent engagement and go into the proper Facebook groups. Like, there's just a lot on your plate as a small business owner where
Hmm.
you can hire someone, but if all of your profit is you and you're using that money to live off of, like you're in a catch-22 situation. And so
Absolutely.
I've been really thankful that we've been able to kind of step in and kind of help. That's my favorite aspect of this.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let me give you some advice. Do you have a question? Do you want advice, a second opinion? Do you want to talk to someone about your business and what you do? And I think that's one of the things, like one of the biggest offers we've got. And for anyone listening right now, if you want to schedule time with us, sorry, this is going to be my call out. This is my sales pitch here, the big one. If you want to talk to us, free 30 minutes. Go to our website, goodrep.media, schedule a contact with us, schedule a meeting. I'll meet with you for 30 minutes. I'll audit your website for free, and I'll go back and forth with you on anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk about getting a rewards program started, if you want to talk about running ads, if you want me to, take a look at what your Google business profile looks like and give you a list of things to update, I'll do that 100% for free. So come take a look. If you're interested, would love to be able to do that. You should have a link on the screen. Um, Feel free to go check us out.
I don't think that's the link that just says Good Rep Media.
Oh, what in the
Just
world?
add a dot. Good Rep
Let me
dot
get
media.
this right.
For free. Yeah, Angie, for free.
For free.
What
Yes,
a deal.
100%. Free 30 minutes. Promise you, there won't even be that much of an upsell. It'll be just like this, where I'm like, hey, if you want to meet again, I will have to charge you. So forgive me. But goodrep.media, come check us out. Sign up super easy and love to chat with you.
Absolutely.
But with that said, I kind of wanted to end this a little bit with who we're looking for. Like, who can we help? Like, if you own a small business, if you own, 100-person business and you're working in your industry doing whatever it might be, we might not be the agency for you. You've got an established brand. You probably have an in-house marketing team. We can definitely help. We can assist. But our skill set does really lie with those small service-based businesses. If you're a single owner who's struggling with marketing, if you are you have a small team of people that you're working with and you want to grow that business, there's definitely something that we can help you
Yeah.
with.
We may not be like we may not be the company that helps a marathon runner prepare for a marathon. He's already knows how to run.
Mhm.
He's already doing great, but we might be able to help him start taking those first steps. Like
Yep.
not to reuse the same analogy in two different ways in one podcast, but we'll teach you the baby steps that you need to really learn to walk. Or if you want us to, like once you get to the point of being able to walk, we'll help you get to the point of running. It's like we're all about taking where you are and getting you to the next step, and then we go from there.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing is like there are multiple different small businesses. We've worked with people who come in and they're like, "Hey, so I've run local service ads, I've run Facebook ads, and I'm looking at some optimization. I really just want to talk to someone who can kind of optimize these ads and help me with targeting and help me, get these set up, help me with creatives." We can come in and we can help with that. If you're also a small business and you're by yourself and you've been running your brick and mortar store for, years and years and years, we can come in and help you with that online presence. We can come in and take a look at your Google business profile or what you've got going on online and help with that kind of branding. I think one of our greatest successes so far has been with people who are kind of starting their new business. They're within, 6 months to a year of starting their business. They've got their service down. They've got their offer down. And their offer is, how they're going to make money. If you're a massage therapist, your offer is your massage book. I'm going to have a Swedish massage, a Thai massage, a Reiki massage. Those are your offers. So if you come to us and you have your offer ready to go, we can help you with everything else. We can help you with the website. We can help you with the online reputation. We can help you with posting on social media. I mean, we can even come in and just do some graphic design for you, help you with branding. But those are all things that you're not maybe 100% sure that you need right now. And I
But
feel like
that's
that's where we
why
come in.
we offer a free consultation to sit down and like you may not know what is like everything can look great from one
Exactly.
end and you've never run a site audit, and then all of a sudden here's 100 things that we could fix in a week for you that you didn't even know, and it's gonna just bring in who knows how many more clients. But it doesn't take much for it to be worth it, because we're not coming in at the price that the biggest marketing agencies in the world. We're trying to tailor the experience to smaller companies that are trying to, like, it's like, yeah, we have some money we can spend on this, but it can't be our entire yearly budget,
Yeah.
like some places may be able to do.
Very much so, and I do think that's a good thing to touch on. Definitely, a lot of these like marketing agencies that will be targeting these companies, they have very high retainers, and those high retainers are because that moves the needle. If you are a law office located in a major city, you're not going to be able to spend $1,000 a month on marketing and move the needle. It's not going to happen. Now, if you're a massage therapist in a medium-sized city, $1,000 a month in marketing is going to move the needle very quickly.
Absolutely.
To give you an idea, and I keep going back to our lawn company because I love the lawn company so much. I've worked with them directly quite a bit, and it's honestly phenomenal to see their growth. Um, but they existed for about a year before us, and they were consistently at the bottom of Google rankings. After about 6 months with us, they were number one direct search for lawn care in their area, lawn services in their area, and they were beating out literally every other lawn care site. And the thing is, when I go and part of our job is looking at those competitors, seeing like, okay, if you're a massage therapist, how are other massage therapists operating in your area? If you're a lawn company, how are the other lawn companies operating? And so we ran audits on all those competitors for our lawn company, and their sites were not optimized. They had very bad search engine optimization.
Hmm.
Now, they had a lot more reviews than us. They had a lot more, customers than us. They were bigger than us, but they really lacked that online reputation. And so in 6 months, we kicked them out, like flat out. Now our Google Business Profile, our website gets more traffic a month than they do.
Yeah.
Like flat out, we kicked them out, and it took 6 months. And that's why I'm like, heck yeah, let's go
Yeah.
lawn care company. But that's the type of thing that you don't realize. That lawn care company right now, they're probably struggling. They're probably like, what happened to our funnel? We don't have as many leads coming in. What happened? And it's like, okay, do they have a marketing team to even analyze what happened? Do they have the context to see
Yeah.
why they have a drop in
Now
customers?
we're just
And that's,
prepping for war. We're ready for them to go get their marketing agency to
now,
come back at us, and now the battle begins.
now the battle begins. But
No,
I
but
mean, the
like
thing
they
is,
may be a company that doesn't even realize the importance of being in like the local pack. Like they may not realize we've fallen out of the top on Google because like it is a small company
well,
and we don't know how they operate. So
well,
it could be a
exactly.
small owner that just got lucky, tapped into an industry and a location that it was just I built a website and then I got to the top. Holy shit, and maybe they won't know how to combat against us doing well, and I hope they don't.
Well,
Like,
exactly. And it's very much one of those low-hanging fruits. When
mm-hmm.
you're in that medium level, like okay, same example, if you're a law office in a big city, $1,000 isn't going to move the needle. If you're a medium-sized service-based business, you can definitely kick people out because those people who are small, medium, they're not always focused on marketing. Like the lawn care companies that we beat out, we ran audits, we looked at them, their sites weren't optimized.
Yeah.
Now, did they have more reviews than us? Have they been in business longer? Yeah. And that's the biggest worry for me because if they wanted to compete, like for example, if you cloned us and you gave us to them and we competed against ourselves with them, I don't think we'd win. I think they could beat us out. And I
Yeah.
think that flat
Well,
out they have like 9 times as many reviews as we do, I think.
like so
And that's a
the
big
thing about
sticking point.
the thing
Like,
about Google SEO is it's like yeah, there's been a leak. Like we kind of know a lot of the things that the algorithm kind of weighs into more than we used to know, but also we still kind of don't. Like they don't really
yeah,
tell us exactly what's going on. And my personal belief is there's the trust factor that plays into your website and how Google views your website, and the most like the best thing to build trust is from people, real people saying I trust it. And that's what a
yeah,
review does. That's what a review does for your website. And so when you
yeah,
have a company that has 100 more reviews than we do, all of which are like, I love the service, they did a great job. Of course, Google's going to push that because, like,
yeah,
they know for a fact that people like that, and they want
yeah.
to show what people like.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, they do have the bunch of reviews, their Google business profiles optimized. but we're beating them. And we're
Yeah.
beating them because our site is optimized. Because when someone visits our site, it loads quicker, it's easier to use, it's better accessible, it's more user friendly, it has
Mm-hmm.
more information on it. It is a better website. And
Absolutely.
that can be, pros, cons, better is in the eye of the beholder, of course, but in Google's eyes, our site's better,
Yeah.
period. And therefore we outrank. So
Absolutely.
that does make me wonder, like, if they were to try to hire us, which is another thing to get into. We don't like being in competing industries. We're not going to compete with ourselves. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
We're not going to take two lawn care companies from the same city and work with both of them because they're just going to be competing against each other. So we wouldn't do this. But if we were to try to help that other lawn care company, I do think we could outrank. Like, personally, I do think that we could definitely beat out our lawn company,
Yeah.
which is the anxiety inducing thing. And that's why we got to keep work. That's
Yeah.
why, as a
It's
marketing
a
agency, we
constant.
earn money. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a never ending thing. As long as you own that business, like it is something that you got to stay on top of, and and like it may slow down a little bit. There may be a, hey, we worked really hard for a month here, and now we have to spend a month watching it to know what we did right, what we did wrong. The whole industry is just trial and error. It's figure it
It
out.
is.
It's testing. I used to laugh. The owner of our company is always like, "We test everything here. We test," and I'm talking to clients, and I'm like, "We just got to test it. We got to see what
We
happens
won't
here."
know.
Yeah,
Well, and I think that's really important to get to is more than anything else, like being a marketer working in this industry is a mindset shift.
yeah,
It is everything is an option. Everything is a question. There's always more information to be found, and there's a right way and a wrong way, but there's also getting it done. So sometimes you just got to get it done, even if it's not the right way, even if it's not the perfect scenario. But sometimes you just got to get stuff done, and
absolutely.
it's a lot. But I will say I'm glad that I'm in this industry. I like our industry quite a bit. I seen your kitten cutting up around there. Which one's
Buddy
that?
back there. Kitten, that's an
Buddy.
18-year-old cat right there.
That is a kitten, and I
That's
don't
a,
need anyone to slander their name. Uh, but anyways, to kind of wrap all this up, our goal as Good Rep Media, being blunt and upfront with you as an audience, we want to be authentic. We want to be the Good Rep team. If you schedule an audit, I'm the face that you'll see on a call. I will be the one sitting there and chatting with you. If you decide to sign on and you want to get going with us, Jordan is going to be the guy that's on our weekly calls, or James. We do have
could be
another
James.
another dev. We do have
Could
a
be
full
James.
team, so like forgive me. It might be James.
It'll
Little
probably be
little bit
James.
more hair up here, a little bit less hair down here, but
That didn't
oh
feel
well.
necessary. That didn't feel necessary at all.
I gotta call it. Anyways, we'll be the ones helping you out. That's our business. That's kind of what we want to be here for. We want to be authentic and upfront and blunt with you guys. And our goal with this series is to basically give you an idea of how marketing works. If you're a small business owner, if you own a small business, we hope that if you listen to this, you might get some ideas in the future to help. I know right now in this particular talk, we didn't give you a whole bunch of ideas for what you can do on your business, but
It's supposed to
hopefully
be
we gave you an idea
introductory
of
right
who we
now.
are.
Yep,
What's that?
that was the goal. Hey, we can't give you all the sauce every week. Like
Yeah, you're gonna get a little bit every week. We can dive in, and more than anything else, like I said, if you wanna chat in depth, I will chat with you for 30 minutes, one on one. Follow that link. Come check us out. And
absolutely.
with that, I think we're gonna call it quits here. I think we're gonna segue into the wind down. So Jordan, you sold me on this. What was your idea?
Wait,
You
are you
wanted
talking about
to.
my idea yesterday, like the one I sent, or are
Oh
you
no
just
no no.
talking about like the like I was like, man, that's supposed to be like a week planned out segment. Like we're
Yeah
supposed to spend
no
3 weeks
no
planning it every time we do
Oh
it, man. You
goodness.
just asked me to do it.
I'm
No,
throwing
no,
I'm
it's like
throwing you
just
under the bus
like
immediately.
I believe one of the biggest things that we can really do is kind of just show that we're human, like
Yeah.
Cody and I have interests just like anyone else, and so we figure, hey, we're gonna spend 30 minutes sitting here telling you about SEO, about marketing, about everything like that, and then we might spend 5 minutes talking about video games, talking about Talking about movies we saw, Cody just went and saw The Phoenician Scheme, and I'm ready to pluck his brain about that. That's one that
Have you
I'm
not?
very
Wait, so you've
interested
not seen
about.
the Phoenician Scheme yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I've barely even seen Wes Anderson movies. Like
Well, see,
I've only ever seen the Asteroid City. My cat is trying to get out of here. Hold on one second.
Buddy was not happy.
Buddy was like locked in the room, was not having it. Um, yeah. So I've only seen Asteroid City, which is
Okay.
a very interesting meta one to jump in at. So like in my head, I'm like, oh, this is how Wes Anderson movies are, and I know that they're filmed all the same and like they have similar stylistic decisions in the filmmaking, but I don't think all of them are so meta where it's like it's a movie about a movie about a movie kind of thing, and like I don't know, but like I found it so interesting, and like the way it was filmed was funny, and like
Yeah.
I think like I'm up north here until Thursday. I've been telling my parents like, hey, get ready, like probably as soon as I'm out off the clock today, I'm gonna flip on a Wes Anderson movie, and then I'm gonna keep doing that every day until Thursday now, and like
Oh, you want
I'm
to
gonna
see it
try and
Thursday?
get through a bunch of them, and then when I go home, I'm probably gonna go see the Scheme.
I honestly, man, if you want to go, I might be down to go see it with you
I I'll
if
see
you
it.
want company.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You
I'd
want
be
to see
kind
it
of
again?
down
Was
for
that
it.
good?
Well, so I want to be upfront. Like, it is not the greatest thing in the entire world. Like, I'll be real. What was the one that we went and saw in theaters together last time? We went and saw
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I saw that in theaters 3 times, and that was probably one of my favorite movies like
It's a
ever. Like,
fantastic movie.
I think that movie is probably in my top five. It's at least in my top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah, it's probably up there
This
for
is
me.
not that good. I'm
No,
not
fair.
rewatching it because it is that good. I'm up for rewatching it because it's really fucking pretty.
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah.
is
Like, I mean, that like again,
beautiful.
stylistically, Wes Anderson, the way he does
Yeah,
things is just
like
so. It's such
the
a
set
unique
pieces.
experience.
Yeah, the set pieces are glorious. Like the artistry. And I'm not a huge art guy. I'm very much like a well, I mean I like art, but I'm not classically trained artist or
Right.
anything like that. And I'm not a huge film guy either, but I can like really appreciate a Wes Anderson film. Like especially this one, it was gorgeous and it
Well,
was really funny at parts.
what
Like there
would you
was
say is
definitely
your
some good
favorite
times.
Wes Anderson film? I'm not gonna go watch them in order. I think I'm gonna like pick and choose what ones I do because it's not like they're all in a universe or nothing. So,
Yeah, I mean honestly, Phoenician Scheme is probably one of
oh
my
really?
favorites from him. I
Okay.
really liked it. I also really like Grand Budapest Hotel.
That was one
I
of the.
think,
I was thinking about starting with Grand Budapest Hotel.
yeah,
Um,
I think that's probably the one that I remember most. I honestly, I've not watched a ton of them. I'm looking them up right now, and I'm like, how many of these have I seen? Darjeeling, Fantastic Mr. Fox, I've seen. Grand Budapest, I've seen. Isle of Dogs, I've seen. Like, I've not seen Asteroid City, but I'm tempted to
like
go watch that
Asteroid
one.
City was good. I did enjoy it. Like I said, it's like about a play about a movie, and like it's got
Yeah,
like so it's a little hard to kind of understand what like I'm someone who's after I see a movie, if I'm like, what was that really like about? What was the message? And like I'll go
yeah,
like look that up, and then like I went to look it up, and it's like this is a movie about nothing. Like the point of it is to be about nothing, and like I was
yeah.
like, that's kind of like again, that's like meta. That's like I just a concept that like while watching, I was like, what is this about? This has to be about something, and then everyone on the internet's like, no, it doesn't. Like I was like, oh, interesting,
Well, and I
interesting.
think that is kind of fascinating because, oh, excuse me, at a certain level, like, not everything needs to be something more.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like we, as like a society in general, have gotten into this idea of like, oh, if I waste my time watching TV, if I waste my time doing these activities, and it's like consuming content, watching TV, playing a video game, playing a board, if I waste my time reading, I'm not generating value or building my skill set. And it's like, I feel like we're in this mindset of like, if you're not growing wealth or education, then you're wasting your time.
yeah,
And I'm coming to this conclusion more and more myself where I'm like, it's not wasted time. If
No.
it can just be a useless movie that means nothing, but if it brought you joy and made you think, and like we're sitting here talking about this Wes Anderson movie, not much happened. Like there was an event, but it's not going to impact my life. It's not going to
Right.
change how I think about things. But is it creating a nice conversation here for you and I?
Exactly.
Is it creating this human moment for us? Is
Yeah.
it creating the joy of the lead up going into watching it for me? Like I spent that whole week before. I was like, I bought my tickets on Tuesday. I'm stoked. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go to the nice theater in town. Like I went to Phoenix Theater, a
Phoenix
really
Theater.
nice one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, at that point, it's this whole thing that I've been calling subscribing to being human. I subscribe to the human condition. Being human is go enjoy a movie and talk about movie with friends,
Yeah.
and that's what we do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Ugh. Do you have a favorite? What Wes Andersons have you seen so
I
far?
told you I've only ever seen Asteroid City.
That's the only one
That's the
you've
only
seen?
one I've ever seen. Yeah. That's why I'm
Holy
like I
shit!
don't know like that's the only one I've seen, and like so like my mind is like all Wes Anderson movies are going to be this like no overall like there's a plot, but it's not like
Yeah,
no message or anything like that, and like I don't know that all of them are going to be as like that. I think that it's going to be a little bit more like plot to follow versus just like plots happening, you know?
yeah. See, I feel like so there was definitely a plot in the Phoenician scheme. There was definitely like here. Like there was a clear progression of story.
Hmm.
I think for me, the clear progression of story was like kind of crazy and absurd, and that's what made it fun.
But I
Like,
think that's kind of supposed to be the vibe of Wes Anderson film. Is it's
yeah,
supposed to be absurd. It's supposed to be silly, like, um, not supposed to take itself
it's
seriously.
yeah, it's not supposed to be like everything everywhere all at once, where like you reach the end of the movie and you're like, oh my god, like this is intense. There are rocks
There,
overlooking like a chasm. Like,
yeah,
oh,
there's no like major overarching like message. No, what's it called? Like the takeaway from it. Moral of the story or anything like
yeah.
that. Really, like there is
you're
with
you're not walking away with a lesson. It's not a Disney movie where there's like here's your placard. You saw the movie, so now you're more empathetic.
yeah,
Like it's not
like
that type of
everything
movie.
everywhere all at once. You know, at the end, like the family loves each other, and it's like sorry
Mhm.
spoiler. And you know, it's like pushing the forgiveness side of things and the acceptance side of like family and everything like
Yeah.
that. And you know, like Asteroid City, like I watched it, and it's like there was an asteroid that landed, everyone got quarantined, and then an
Mhm.
alien popped out.
Yup.
Sorry again, spoilers, but like,
But
but it's
wait,
like
when
it's
did that
one
come out?
a
Spoilers
few
for a
years ago.
movie from 2023.
That's not that long ago. That's
That's
two
not
years.
honestly that's not that long. It's more than a year, so I'm not going
Yeah,
to give you shit. No
yeah,
spoilers within a year. That's
that's fair.
generally
I think that's a
good,
fair rule.
valid.
That's a very fair rule.
Okay. Awesome. Now, the good
Mar
rep team will not
Disney
spoil
Marvel.
you.
Sorry, Disney Marvel had a rule set for Marvel movies back when like Endgame was coming out that they were like 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to see the movie, and then it's fair for people to kind of talk about the movie openly. And
I
then
kind of respect
Thunderbolts
it.
just came out. Thunderbolts just came out, and within like I'm gonna spoil something big here. So if you haven't seen Thunderbolts or whatever, close your ears.
Thunderbolt spoiler
Like
warning.
which
Thunderbolt
isn't even
spoiler.
like which they spoiled themselves is the whole point of me saying here. The movie ends with them being not the Thunderbolts anymore. They're the new Avengers,
Oh,
and they like
even I knew that.
yeah,
That was a big
because the
spoiler.
company just like within like 4 days of the movie being out publicly was like it's the new Avengers, and I'm like that is the result of the movie. Like that is like if you were to take the definition of what a spoiler is, that is like that is
That's
the
it.
biggest
That's the
spoiler of the
spoiler.
movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Well, to bring this all back in, go check out some Wes Anderson films. Go check out Phoenician
I will.
Scheme. Schedule with us if you want to talk about your small business. I'm going to put that link on the screen again. Just take a look. We would love to see you. I'd love to chat with you about what your business does. I'd love to chat with you about the Phoenician Scheme if you've already seen it. If you haven't seen it, it would be a much more difficult conversation, but I'm still open. Anything left for you to say, Jordan? You want to say your goodbyes?
No, just thank you for tuning in. If you have a small business that you think could be doing better, talk to Cody. I think I pointed in the wrong direction there for YouTube, but talk to
Talk
Cody.
to.
Talk to Cody.
Perfect.
Finger guns.
Awesome. We'll be live again next week. Same time, same place. We're looking to do this consistently. We're looking to have the same type of style. So
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you guys then. And thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys next time.